Hello, everyone. My name is Jim Berenger, filling in for Miguel Mike Medina on the MMM Journal Hockey Playoff Edition. You can get us back together Thursday for a new Hockey Playoff Edition. I'll be taking over for the next couple of days, providing content. We got one team that's back in it, one team on the brink, one team that's playing like they have all year, and one team that just continues to score on the power play. And I think we're going to start there. The Edmonton Oilers back in action on a Monday night against the Vegas Golden Knights. Great series. Leon Draisaitl continues to score goals. He's got 13 in the playoffs already. And the Oilers continue to score on the power play. As we touched on last week on Hockey Playoff Edition, Vegas, got to stay out of the box, man. Just got to. It's automatic when the Oilers have a power play. Literally just put the puck at center ice for scoring. Every time. McDavid got in on the action in Game 2 as the Oilers. We all figured we'd even the series up, and they did it in impressive fashion. And Game 2 is kind of an outlier because there were so many days off in between, and you know Jake Woodcroft was going to have his team ready to go. And they did. They got power play goal. They got a shorthanded goal from Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid had 2 goals. Leon Draisaitl had 2 goals. Evan Bouchard had a power play goal, and that's how they get it done. There were some fisticuffs in the second period. But the Edmonton Oilers looked good. Stuart Skinner made saves when he needed to. Unlike Game 1, where they gave the lead right back after a power play goal, Stuart Skinner was there to make a save. And the Oilers just dominated from start to finish as the series shifts up to Canada. And the Oilers right now have a legitimate shot to get to a Stanley Cup final. But as we said, goaltending and defense is going to determine how far the Oilers go. Can they stop this Vegas offense? And right now they can, and Vegas cannot take penalties, even though they were the least penalized team in the league. How ironic, right? The Oilers power play continues to cook. Let's talk about Sunday. Let's talk about it. Because the Toronto Maple Leafs are on the brink of elimination. After getting out of the first round for the first time in 19 years, they are 1 game away from going home. Give credit to the Florida Panthers, what they're doing. Grinding it, making it hard for the Leafs. And look, Sam Reinhart won Game 3 in overtime. But again, the story since he's come in round 1 has been Sergei Bobrovsky. He continues to shut the door on the top stars of the Toronto Maple Leafs in Marner, in Matthews, in Nylander, and Tavares. Matthew Tkachuk scoring. Sam Reinhart beautifully. Nobody touched him. I mean, the Leaf defense in that overtime was horrendous, atrocious. Joseph Wall did all he could because Ilya Samsonov was hurt in period 2. Luke Shen, Ryan O'Reilly can only do so much, but you need your top stars to perform. And they didn't. And Florida's top stars are performing and making life difficult. And then making it life difficult for the Leafs to get any deflections, any greasy goals. Bobrovsky's on target. And when this guy's rolling, staying late after practice, staying late after the morning skate, the hardest worker in the room for the Florida Panthers, and they have momentum on their side. 6 wins in a row. And how ironic would it be? Florida this time last year got swept by the Tampa Bay Lightning after getting out of the first round for the first time since 1996. Maybe that's the change they needed. And now they're going to sweep a team, potentially. And maybe major changes are coming to Toronto. Who knows? But it's very fascinating to see that the script that was so different in the first round for Toronto, where they had that edge, where they needed it, where they were playing with, a fire under them, where all their top stars were performing because they were going to hear it again. It's reverted back to last year where their top stars haven't even showed up. So what does Toronto do? We got to take it 1 game at a time, 1 shift at a time. Maybe you can reverse sweep somebody like the LA Kings did back in 2014, like the Flyers did in 2010, but it's going to be difficult because they haven't really tested, and when they've tested Bobrovsky, he's been there. So it is the Florida Panthers up 3-0 on the Toronto Maple Leafs with just wow. And that's the beauty of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Another beauty of the Stanley Cup playoffs is when you break records, your team loses. As we saw last week when players like Pavelski and Draisaitl score 4 goals in a game, their team loses. Well, the Carolina Hurricanes scored 3 shorthanded goals and lost. The Devils and Hurricanes combined for 4 shorthanded goals. The Devils are back in the series, and unlike the Maple Leafs top stars, the Devils top stars showed up. They put 8 on the Carolina Hurricanes. Usually when the Hurricanes score 4, they win. Well, not today. Frederik Andersen was pulled in favor of Peter Kochetkov. He didn't fare any better. Jack Hughes, 4 points. Luke Hughes finally inserted in the lineup. Been clamoring about that for weeks now. And he made the transition game so much better for the Devils. Vanacek played well. I don't know. We're going to see what the Devils do in game 4. But New Jersey played better, but they have to clean up things because you can't give up 3 shorthanded goals every night and expect to win games. Those things are fluky. And we say it was the first time since the 88 and the 80s that this has happened and a team won. It's kind of ironic, isn't it? But Nico Hischier finally got off the schneid. Timo Meier got his first goal. Jesper Back, couple assists. Dawson Mercer, their top guys showed up. Yeah, it's nice when Miles Wood and Michael McLeod score, but that's supposed to be insurance. It's not supposed to be leading the offense, and now the top guys are getting going. And hopefully that pushes the Devils now even further because I feel like they have momentum. It's going to be interesting to see what they do in game 4. You know Carolina is going to come back after that beatdown. New Jersey has to play better, and they have to play better defensively, especially late in games, because that kind of game can hurt a goalie's confidence. But New Jersey back on the board, top guys show up, unlike in Toronto. Seattle continues to do Seattle things. 7 different goal scorers in game 3, rout of Dallas. I don't know who this Dallas team is, but give credit to Seattle. I think we can finally stop underestimating what this Kraken team is. They just work hard, physically wear you down, grind, roll 4 lines, doesn't matter the score, and they just win hockey games. There's not one guy that's going to light up the score sheet. Yeah, that was Jared McCann. Yeah, it was Andre Burakovsky. But all year, that's what they've done. This is what they do. They just play hockey, roll 4 lines. Defensively, they're better. Getting the saves from Grubauer. And again, Jake Ottinger gets lit up, giving up a few goals in the first period, and the game was over. So Dallas has got to reset, and Ottinger usually resets after games like this. He's shown it already. He did it in game 2. But Seattle's got to be a threat now, and I think people have to stop overlooking this Kraken team because they have a legitimate shot to go to a Western Conference final. How ironic and how funny would be that Vegas and Seattle meet in the Western Conference final. An expansion team may have a chance to go to a Stanley Cup final again. But there's still a lot of hockey left to be played, and I think the Oilers are going to have a say in what Vegas does, and I expect the Oilers power play to be really good again. They just have to figure a way to shut it down. But give credit to Seattle, New Jersey making a series. Look, Florida, 6 wins in a row. Bobrovsky, 3-0 in overtime now. Cardiac Cats, maybe they have a feel like those LA Kings in 2012. Who knows? But there's a lot of playoffs to be done, a lot of hockey to watch. More hockey playoff editions coming this week. This has been Jim Berenger, filling in for Miguel Mike Medina here on the MMM Journal. Take care and enjoy the Stanley Cup playoffs.